Hello. Good morning. Okay. For those online, you can hear me, Jamie? All right. Okay. So this meeting is only for 45 minutes, and just to have there's no reporting done here. Reporting's all done at General Assembly. This is just to get a quick recap of if anything's that needs to be improved for the next APAN meeting. APAN also has lined up a few activities for working groups. If you remember, we had discussions like we wanted working groups to do more between the main meetings. I also understand that some working groups have also undergone elections. I know security working group, there's no change with medical. There's no change with APRP. There's no change with AI driven, no change with IAM, no change with ERIC, right? For disaster mitigation, no change. Oh, you have a new chair. Welcome, Dr. Franz. Okay, all right. So can you just drop us an email of the change? And co-chairs also change? Okay, yourself and Chai. Routing remains. Any other working groups that made a change? Open data is the same. Okay, so e-culture also changed. No more Dr. Farida. It is Andrew actually. And co-chair will be Fawad from PAN. Okay. So there's that. I don't think so. There was any term, but Eric, if you could, do you know if there was a term for chairs? 2 years, right? Yes. But there's not written anywhere. So from now on, it will be 2 years. So every 2 years, we will have an election, official, non-official, online, anything that works for you all. So we will keep a record from this APAN57 onwards. The chair will be for 2 years. Okay, then moving on, we will see whether there's a need for election. Okay, so in terms of improvements, how were your sessions at APAN57? Is there anything that you would like to improve further in terms of the setup in the room? Anything that you would like to take it up with us? You all are happy? Happy is good. Okay. Anything? Nagana-san? Moriyama-san, all okay with Talimat? All good. Okay. So in terms of activities, like we discussed, is there any other activities you all have planned before the next meeting? The next meeting will be in Pakistan, APAN58. Anything? Yes, Terry.
So I'm actually hoping to have a couple of meetings between APANs, just virtual meetings, and try and grow our community and get them more involved, and see if we can try and find funding opportunities to bring people in, because we missed out on a lot of folk here today or this week because there's no funding.
Right.
We actually brought some people online in, just experts in, to some still very small numbers in our room.
Okay. All right. Another thing that I would like to tell you all is APAN has something called APAN grant. So it is about 10% of our year-end balance of our account. So far we had, if you all remember the APAN56 book that Sri Lanka did last year, that utilized the APAN grant. So you can actually use that as well for yourself if you want to bring in people, speakers or trainers. As a working group, you could actually put in the proposal. The template is on the website. So do make use of that, because that is to help the working groups. So if you want to have trainings, workshops, you want to bring in speakers for your sessions at the upcoming meetings, you can do that. Okay, of course, approval, subject to approval by the board. But we do have a good balance at this point of time. So we want to encourage more working groups to utilize that. Okay, information is on the website. In terms of communication, mailing list, we have created mailing lists for all the working groups. HPC haven't. We will create one for you, Asita. Do check. What we'll do is we have, I think, given you all logins to check your member emails. I think, Terry, you have yours, right? Do you have? Okay. So I think Telemet also has, but I'm not sure about all the other working groups. For security, I've already passed it to Jamie. Nava, do you have?
I don't have.
Okay. All right. So I mean, there is a mailing list, Nava, for IPv6, but I think you don't have the login. We'll pass it to you.
Okay.
So
okay, just to interrupt a little bit. Just now you mentioned the grant. The grant is to invite outsiders, or it also can be the working group members?
Only working group and APAN members.
No, to invite the working group to cover the cost of their travel, is it? Travel, conference fee, and so on.
Yeah, it has to be justified. It can be external, but it has to be justified.
But how do you define members? Mean it must be the members. I mean, what is the criteria? The members you are talking about, the official APAN members of countries, or you are talking about, because there's no. The members, when you say, is a working group members you're talking about? Are you talking about working group members?
This is for you to bring a speaker for your working group, right?
Yeah. So the speaker has to be the member?
No, not necessary.
Not necessary. That's what I'm asking.
The one who's putting the proposal has to be either a working group or
APAN member. Oh, okay. So we can invite outsiders also for this.
Yeah.
But you can't use it to invite participants.
No. Participants, no. Yeah.
Only speakers.
Yeah. Speakers. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah. So the mailing list will have to be updated. So we will do a cleanup and pass every chair the login. So you can actually go in and manage your mailing list. As in, you can see who your members are, you can remove, you can add. Okay. And APAN also has a Slack channel. So we are encouraging working groups to use the Slack channel, right? So it looks like this. Let me see whether I can. We'll just share it as well. Okay. So this is the Slack channel that we have, right? So if you notice, this is like we have a Slack channel for those who are program committee, tech committee, and then the working groups are also there. So the working group chairs are there. We have added you all in. So do take a look. And discussions can also be here. Let's say you all need a quick discussion. We can discuss here. Like medical working group has got one, network engineering, routing does. So these are all working groups that are quite active, right? So we encourage you to use this. We will also send out an email again on the communication for this. You can go, we will create the Slack channel for every working group. So do utilize it, get your members to come in. Discussions can also be held here. Okay. So I'm just going to pass the mic around, and if you all have any suggestions in terms of improvement. So we also need content, right? Because we are looking at having success stories. So the success stories comes from your working groups, from the research that you all have done, the collaborations you all have done. So we are compiling this for our newsletter, and also we are coming up with APAN success stories. So we have a council meeting later in the afternoon, and some of the activities needs to be approved by the council before we move on officially. But this is definitely happening, the success stories and the newsletter content, because we need content from you all in order for us to publish, right? So just pass around the mic.
Just when you're also speaking, if you can just give us your feedback on SCAD that we're using that has a tool this time, and how was it to upload your session descriptions and so forth. If you just give your feedback so that we know that if this is what we want for the next meeting, or should we look for other platforms as well? So while you're just chatting, you just give us your feedback as well.
Yes, I have a different question. I just about this election is a chair, the new chair. Is it mandatory or recommended? Because the APRP working group status is a little bit different. Our co-chair and the secretaries is very busy. The co-chair, Andrew Howard, is really busy, and our secretary is he did not appears in APAN for the several years, and all of my the attendees just interesting the subject and how can they join the topic. But they don't have any the knowledge or the research based. So in case of the APRP is not easy to the changes every 2 years. It's just, I think, yeah. Yes, yes. Yes, at this time, it's our the APIP working group is the remarkable point is I think it's the first time this announced is a quantum safe network. So usually the APAN is meaning is Asia Pacific Advanced Network, but yes, we don't have the deal with the quantum computing or the quantum network. So I very heartily invite is a quantum network and the concern safe network areas. So he can tell, he always announced these quantum safe networks in status, and then is I wanted to make the how can the combination with the research platform, how to secure for the very sensitive information to communication among participants. So I think is the quantum keyword is appears in here.
Yes. As you said, we changed the chair and co-chair.
Yeah.
So Jamie-san will be a new chair. And any opinions? Okay. I have some comment about set. When we are using Boba, there was no explicit check-in button or something when people are attending the meeting. And this time we need probably, I didn't realize that there is a check-in button when I chair our session. So probably I should encourage participants to push check-in button when the session starts, but I forgot to do that. So I think there should be some recommended action for session chairs. How to advertise, how set, and what kind of action participants should be done.
Because we allocated the fellows at every session to help with the check-in. The fellows, the APAN fellows were supposed to help check in.
Yeah, but
so I'm not sure whether they did.
Yeah, there is no some previous communication about that in our session. Okay. So maybe this is first time about so. And good thing is this time I can directly modify the session details.
Yes.
But for some reasons, when I push save button, the details
not updated.
Not immediately updated. Is there any, how can I say, approval or something, or just a delay?
Yeah, we noticed that there are some delays whenever we save and publish it.
Yes.
It happens, it does not happen. But what we are doing also right now is receiving all your comments and also our feedback, and we are informing the SCAD developers in terms of like what this kind of feedback. But we did notice that when you click save, there is some time delay.
Yeah.
It's reflected a bit later. And then I think previously we had some information that the duplicate of the session kept coming.
Yes.
So that one was also a little bug that they had. So, but we managed to clear that out.
Yes, another strange thing is when I use Firefox to edit the details, the format is broken. The new line is disappeared. When I use Chrome or Edge, it is fine. So it seems that some compatibility problem for Google browser. So
I'll note that down.
Okay. Anything from Jamie-san? No? Okay.
I have a different view because I wear the hat for the security working group as well as the technical committee, which is the one responsible for Sketch or Hoover or whatever decisions that we make. So the only point I would like to make is, in addition to what Sean was saying earlier, is that if anybody has comparison between Hoover from last year and Sketch this year, is there functionality that you are now missing from Hoover, or is there anything that any of the working group chairs would like to see in the platform? So we're looking for all feedback, not just on Sketch, but is there anything that is missing from Sketch as well? Thank you.
But I just say what general comments on, this is a group which is I really enjoyed to be here for last couple of days, but I see that the social aspect of the technology that is missing, and ethical issues with usage of technology, especially the usage of AI, that is altogether missing in the discussion for the last couple of days. So we may think about a group which is maybe ethical usage of the technology or something, and we can involve some social scientists as well in the group so they can come and speak to us how the technology is actually accepted by the general people. And another, I would like to give a suggestion about the maybe we need a better coordination, because this is a long-term commitment, and this is now 57th and 58 is coming, inshallah, in our country, and it will go on, and it should go on. We all should try, because it's not only really a network group, it's a connecting communities. So we are connected in a connected community, a global village. What is a global village? So this has got a lot of impact. So we need to have maybe a better structure. Each country should have a coordinator, and that coordinator should be available, his or her name, with the context, everything should be available on the website. So if we have any, like we want to see anything in Thailand or something in Malaysia and India, so we can contact that coordinator. If we search right now, it's difficult to find out who is the coordinator in each country. So that coordination group will be a useful idea to have a good maybe collaboration. And success stories, as mentioned, the newsletter, that is a great idea. The scheduling that you are sending each day in morning, early morning, creating a lot of worries, that is a good thing. So
in terms of contact, there is. But so because we have administrator contact, we have a financial contact, we have a technical contact for every APAN member. It is on the website. But we will also get the members to update, because some of them might have left, it might not be updated. Yeah. So as and when some members, like I think Wakas recently sent me an updated list. So if the member has got a change, then they will inform us, and we usually update the website. Yeah. Moriyama-san? Any comments? No, all good. Okay. Eric or Franz? Dr. Franz? No? Terry? No? Nagano-san? No? All okay. Brenna?
I think the sessions went well. I think the comments about the social aspect being missing are the biggest piece of the difference between Huva and Shed. I think the Huva app was a little bit easier too. So it was just like you downloaded it and then it was there, and then it gave you like push notifications and things like that. And that was a nice feature that I think helped everybody be organized. And then and you could also, it was easier to find people. I think like I had some new people in my session, and I wanted to go in there and like see who they were and what they were. And it was hard to like, because they didn't say that they were attending the session, and then I couldn't figure out how to search their name. So it was difficult. So that's my only feedback.
Yeah, that issue was actually because they don't make their profile visible. So, and at the back end, we tried to forcefully do that, but it was not available. So we kept reminding them, the participants, to make their profile visible so we could find them. Some don't, some did. But that's a good point. We need to make them visible so that there's easy connection, network connection there for people.
Yeah, and I didn't even, as a working chair or working group chair, know that you could like check into the session in there. That would have been, like he said, good to know, because then I would have a list of everybody who came, and then I could like follow up with them about joining the working group or doing other things. So
we will check on the back end whether the fellows checked in. the participants, I'm sure we have a record somewhere. We would be able to find it because it's the first time we are using SCAD as well. So we will give us a bit of time to see whether there's a list of participants at the back end. While we're still on SCAD, session chairs can actually upload your own slides. So you can actually upload it on SCAD itself. So there's no limitation. You can upload any number of slides. I think AI Driven has done that. I think IPv6 also has done that. So if you have any slides, you can just put it up directly onto SCAD. It's quite straightforward that way. Yeah.
Those are mine. That's about it.
Yeah, just Liana, just one question, Liana. You said there was what do you call fellows who are helping, but there wasn't any coordination during my meeting. I couldn't see which fellow was. There's no one. I mean, only see the coordinator. I don't see anyone. I mean, there was one guy, young fella, but he didn't even speak. He didn't introduce himself. So I do not know what his role is. I thought he's a techie helping during the session.
Okay. We'll take note.
So maybe this is probably better communicated earlier. So at least we will know. Because I only know the guy who's managing the technical, video and everything, camera. So the fellows, I'm not sure. Is it local fellows or you're talking about all fellows?
All fellows. APAN fellows are global.
Global, okay. So he didn't come and communicate. I asked him, who is he? He didn't say anything. So maybe you can tell the fellows to introduce themselves to the working group chair. Then any help they can offer. You're going to use the same concept in the future or what?
Yeah, we have been doing that.
Okay, so if you're going to do that, then just communicate with the working group chair. Anyway, overall, I mean, it's good. I mean, regarding the chat you're talking about, I think it's quite easy to manage compared to the last time. Always try to disturb the secretariat, so it's easy. And I see quite a good features. The only comment, like what Dr. Franz was telling, some enrolled it, but during the attendees, there wasn't communicated to attendees to enroll during the session because maybe they forget and we wasn't sure about it as well. And the check-in, I realized the check-in only available while I'm running the session. After we're looking at it, only available. It's not when I start the session. So is there any issue with that?
No, the check-in you will have to add to your schedule first. Only then it appears. So if you don't add it into your schedule, you will not see it.
But anyway, I did that, but I realized only maybe I overlooked or not. I'm not sure. Probably mid of the session I was checking, and then that is there. Then I click, then it's checked in. See, so maybe that part, maybe a clear guidelines how to do it will be good for next time. Not for me, for everyone also if new people is there. Okay, thank you. Overall is good.
Thanks. Anyone else? All good.
Comment about between HUA and schedule. It's difficult. I mean, it's actually more trouble to you just to do the announcements and everything. So if we can, I mean, I understand. I mean, we had the discussion last time also whether to continue with HUA and all that. But the features, some of the features that we had in HUA were actually very helpful, and we missed it this time. So we can see what can be done.
We're just exploring it because in terms of cost, this was about 799. HUA was about close to 2,000.
Yeah. So that's why I said I understand.
So we're just exploring. I mean, if majority still prefers HUA, then we'll go back to HUA. But we're doing our due diligence.
Maybe we can probably look at other options also.
So if any of you all know about conference platforms, just drop the idea to us. We will also explore it because we have Jamie, the technical committee, who will also overlook the whole process of it. Right. Thanks, Asita.
Just a short thought. I think continuity of any platform would always be is good. I mean, if you have grown to a maturity level on certain platform and then you switch to other, so you won't be able to mature on any platform. Just a short comment.
Right, sure. All right. Thanks, Wakas. Jamie?
Yeah, one question to people is, because we have the Slack platform, what do people think about using Slack as the way of doing the communication and having all of the meeting attendees joining into the Slack server and then joining into either a general, APAN57 or APAN58 channel on Slack and having the discussions there that continue on? Versus using, switching to a different platform that maybe has that built in. Is there any thoughts about if people would like that and getting more of your working group members and general attendees into Slack as an ongoing chat platform?
Just follow up to Jamie and previous discussion about this. Maybe because tools like Hoover or the schedule is for event. So in the event in the Hoover, maybe we can integrate the link of Slack. So once the participant is interested to the working group activities, then could just one click to have communication, to make communications by Slack. I'm not sure if that's technical feasible or not.
I think in terms of integration, there is none, but we could just send an in-app message to all participants to join APAN Slack and then find your respective working groups from there.
Yeah, I noticed your message by email.
Yeah,
reminding everybody about that.
But I don't think so. We have seen any integration with Slack. Usually is the video conferencing, Zoom, Vimeo, YouTube. So that kind of stream. But I think app integration, but we'll look at it, we'll explore. Because we can take back this, we are going to compile this feedback and take it back to SCAD and say that these are the limitations.
Promote the Slack channels in whatever we could. Yeah.
Okay. All good. Anything else? Then we are done. Thank you so much. For General Assembly tomorrow, I've already sent an email of your rundown. So you can send us the slides or put it up on the OneDrive. And as we call you up, then you can just come and present. 3 minutes each, 1 slide maximum, if you can, unless you're presenting more than one working group. Right? Okay. Thank you so much. And after this is those who are involved with the event and program committee to stay back. But otherwise, I'll see you all tomorrow. Thank you.
Thank you, Liana. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.